the day, but I'm good.
No, it's like 70 degrees in here. I've got slippers on. Took my boots off and I have
Oh,
slippers on. So
I know. I was really bummed to take off my sweatpants and put my Carhartt back on.
yeah, we're not near as nimble with that type of attire on to keep the cold out, are we?
Oh no, definitely not. I tried it one time and I was like, oh, never again.
I'm gonna put my specs on here because I'm within my fingertip. Oh man, I see a computer in front of me. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what we're finding with Oggy.
Yeah, so I noticed after the training session on Thursday, he started feeling sore again. And he's putting weight on his leg. He's still kind of keeping weight off of it. So we need to do something that's a little less labor running intensive and more thinking, getting him using his brain rather than his body to do training.
Yeah, I think that's a very good assessment. And this is kind of that we talked, I think, a little bit about this last week about this fine line between working them too much when they've had an injury and not working them enough so they get the exercise and back up to what they were doing. And I think your assessment of that is spot on. We'll still work him a little bit because he needs to be able to listen to you, make some good turns, and then we'll move on to where, yes, it's more cerebral for him and less physical in the sense that he's doing a lot of the movement. So we'll try to preserve his foot a little bit, and that pastern, that area where the cellulitis was, and have you continue on. And then not too long, we're going to be preparing him to pull something. So that'll be very, very good.
Yeah, he got some stall rest over the weekend. He was confined, I think, Friday night through Sunday morning. And then I let him out to the smaller pasture that we have. So he can still move around, but it's not quite so like free range as the other one is.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been walking around. I've been coming out every day. I have him follow me. I just get some treats in my pocket or whatever, or he just follows me because he's obsessed with me. And just make sure he walks around enough on a daily basis. So he looks like he's doing better.
Good. Yeah, that's and he's not resentful, holding that against you. But he has got that little bit of, I want to do what I want to do. And that's what we have to get past for the training. And that still carries on to the more cerebral training too, because he's in a real cerebral state with his ability to say, no, I don't want to. And that's not what we want to do. We want him to think, oh God, I have to.
Yeah, even grabbing him out of the pasture and trying to walk him through the barn area, he noticed that we were going towards this gate and he was like, no. So he just stopped walking. So I walked him in a couple circles, just kind of enticed him to come with me and finally dragged him in here.
Yeah, no is not an option, is it?
Nope. We'll just make it a longer yes.
There you go. Yep, that's exactly right. All right. Well, let's see what we can do with him and how we're working. And something that I talked about a little bit last week was using the whip, and for those that are watching, that whip is just an extension of your arm for the most part. It's to just put a little bit more pressure so that it keeps some distance between you and the horse, yet make him move like it's your hand out there. And we want to make sure that he doesn't escalate his desire to do what he wants. And if we have to pop him on the hind end a little bit, that's fine. If we have to pop him on the shoulder with the whip, that's fine. Because what we do to them isn't anything close compared to what they do to each other to discipline themselves. So if you see that, that is all about me getting Ashley to do that, and have talked to her, and we've done that in the past. But I just want people to just kind of refresh on that, to understand that we're not abusing the horse, we're disciplining the horse, and we're only doing it as much as he needs to be able to do as he's supposed to do. So it's quite simple. You may not agree with what we're doing, but that's the reason it is. You can't tame a lion with a wet noodle, and you can't tame him with a chunk of meat. You got to train him with a little bit of something that they will respect you with. Doesn't mean they won't turn on you, but it has to be respectful from them, mostly to you. And of course, we do respect this animal as well.
Yeah, there's no way I could hit him anywhere near hard enough to what these other horses will do. You see bite marks on his butt. That's just because he gets in people's way or gets in other horses' ways, and they tell him off. So that is their form of discipline and training, is, physical contact. So
yeah, I think
like the extension of my arm, like now I can reach 8-9 feet out rather than like trying to touch him with my hand. So that's all it is.
And as he gets resentful, they will tend to kick their hind up and kick at you. And that's exactly what that's about, is keeping a safe distance from them while you can still make them do what you want with no any kind of detrimental, anything on your part, so that you don't get hurt. And whatever they do is really meaningless. They can kick all they want, but it doesn't do any good.
Yeah. All right, let's get him walking.
All right, I'm very inarticulate today for some reason, and maybe I had too much coffee.
That's okay. Good boy. He's walking better today. The ground isn't quite so frozen with all the sand and salt that I put on it last week. It's kind of churned up a little bit.
Very good. Yeah, I can see. I'm actually able to see him pretty well, and they will. Yeah, they'll see those ridges and bumps and try to avoid them a little bit, because it's just like us stepping on the side of a rock. Mm-hmm. It does move our joints too. It does the same as it does them.
Whoa, good boy.
Very good. He seems very, very fluid and relaxed today.
Yeah, he's got kind of a low energy today. It was pretty cold this morning, so I don't think he's all the way awake. But he doesn't seem to be in any pain.
No, I'm able to see him quite clearly, and he looks. The fact is, when he first started walking, it looked like he was almost favoring his near side instead of his hind. Just kind of.
He kind of will switch between them. He'll rest one and stand on the other one and flip flop them.
Yeah. Well, let's try to do so. We preserve, and there you go. Good. You're ahead of me on it. Good job. Good job. Good.
Boy.
Yeah. Good. Very good.
Boy.
And that was pretty darn subtle as well.
Easy.
And actually, I think as we do this, if you can turn him towards you both directions and then away from you both directions and do that successfully, that's probably a good place to just do that, stop, and then work on the other stuff.
Okay.
So we're not moving him a lot.
Oh.
We're working him just like
boy.
you want. Oh, good.
Good boy.
Okay, he's trying. Yeah.
Good boy.
What were you thinking?
Nothing really. I think I was a little too far ahead of him.
Okay.
Maybe I shuffled my feet weird or something. I don't know.
Very good. Moving him away. Very good.
Good boy.
Good. Now, this is the way we were trying to turn away from you, going this direction before, where we got hung up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you go to turn him, if he doesn't respond with very subtle movement on your part, then don't be afraid to escalate that right up to very quite vigorous demanding of him to turn. And what I mean is step into him and push that shoulder with that whip quite briskly.
Okay. So
you're going from that way, you're going from, hey, I'm going to ask you to do this, to no, you are doing this.
Where does my body need to be in relation to get him to turn away from me? Because I feel like that's where I get confused.
Yeah, you need to be in front of his shoulder a little bit. You're not
Okay.
going to open that door. You're just going to kind of squeeze him, and then but not let him turn into the corral. Not let him turn towards you. It's kind of a balance, and you may have to move back and forth from left to right to do that a little bit, just to kind of maintain that stoppage. There you go. Yes, like that. Pop him on that shoulder. Don't let him turn. Don't let him turn. Turn him back around. Keep him going. Yep, you're doing good.
Boy.
Go. Now stop him immediately. There you go. Okay, turn him back around. Yep. He's got to figure out that he can't turn towards you this time, that he's got to turn the way you want him.
Good boy.
Okay.
Okay, he's starting to limp on his leg again. Easy. Easy.
Okay. So let's just walk him. Let's just slow him down. We'll be very gentle on that leg so that we don't overdo it. But let's give him another couple of turns away from you on both sides without him having to be corrected for it. There you go. There's good. There's one. Yes. Good job. Kind of feel that balance where you were at that time on his shoulder?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you're right in the right spot. Oh, oh.
Nope. Nope. Back. Back up.
You see how he's leaning into you, pushing you. Okay, don't do it with your hands. He's just going to push into you. You can't possibly push him. So do it with that whip. Do it with that whip right on that shoulder.
Okay.
And pop him, because he's getting bold about this. He's
Good boy.
there you go.
Good boy.
Better.
Easy. 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 Good boy. Easy.
Very good. Very good.
Good boy.
Nice.
He's good about it on that side.
Yeah, and that's okay. We need to still work that side, but yeah. We want to always, as a trainer, it's always tough because you're trying to work on the stuff that's not as fun or not as easy to make them consistent.
Good boy.
I would go ahead and we'll just reduce the amount of time that we go forward. There we go. Now I would pop that in front of his shoulder, or right at the edge of his shoulder. Now pop him on the shoulder and push him around, up high on the shoulder too. There you go. That was a good stop, and it froze up on me. Good, good. Okay, you're kind of just tickling him with it. Give him a pop.
Good boy.
There you go. Better, better.
Easy.
Okay, slow him down. Let's not work him too fast.
Easy. Easy.
And let's get a couple. Let's do two. Let's get greedy and do two more turns each way out of him. And that last one be a really good one on the more difficult side. Okay. Ooh, see how he's pushing you? See how he crowded you? When he does that, pop him on the shoulder and the butt to push him away from you.
Okay.
Because all he's doing is pushing.
Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Easy. Easy. Good boy. He keeps looking away from me big time.
Yep. Yeah, he's not liking this. That's okay. That's tough. Good.
Good boy.
Now let's go about one round and have him stop him and turning the other direction exactly the same way away from you.
Oh.
Good job. Good correction.
Good boy. Good boy.
Very good. Very good. We're
Oh.
It's still a little rough, but it's a whole lot smoother than it was. That's a very good job.
Good boy.
All right. I think that's a good spot to stop. Let's praise the heck out of him, and then we'll put that halter and lead on him, and then let's just do a couple of exercises where you're turning him on the hinds and fores, both directions once or twice, and then we'll start working on some desensitization with a blanket, light blanket or tarp or whatever you've got out there if you've got something close.
Yeah, I grabbed a tarp for us to use, and then we've got tons of blankets in the tack room, so
awesome.
We can do either.
He's a pretty low energy horse, so we may not need to start with the blanket that's nice and soft and quiet. We can probably go right to the noisy horse eating tarp.
You could probably light a firework off his butt and he would be fine about it.
It wouldn't surprise me. If he's going along with it, that's what he's okay with.
Yeah. Oh, boy. He just has to back up.
Also, try to hit him in the ribs a little bit, right in front of the flank, like it's your leg, because this is all about prepping him for moving off of your leg as well. That's better. Right there you go. That's better. And if you have to jab him, that's okay. He needs to learn to respond away from your touch. See how he's backing up?
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
Boy. Oh.
Okay.
Good boy.
All right.
Thanks.
So far, we've really kept this de-escalated, but he's still doing what you want. That's exactly the right approach for him.
You're not getting my phone number today.
Yeah, bring him out in the center. That Pharrell's kind of holding you up. And instead of being right at his shoulder to begin with, get up there kind of behind his jaw and up on his, and then get him to move, and then you can move back a little bit. There you go. That's better. Keep it up.
Good boy.
Now just walk right into him and know that he's going to walk away from you. There you go. That's better. You should be crossing those legs. Yes, he's crossing those fronts a little more. Good. Very good.
Good boy.
He's actually got his neck and body curved away from you with that move. So that's good. That's very good. Instead of being real pushy. He's a little laggy, but some of that's that low energy too.
Yeah.
All right. Good job. Let's try the other side. Very good job.
What a good puppy. Good boy.
A little better. There you go. I'm trying to get him to pivot on those fronts. There, that's better. There we go. He'll have to move him eventually, or he'll just keep crossing until he falls down. But we don't want him to move forward or backward, just right in that spot. There, he's moving backwards on you a little. There we go. Better, better, better. Nice. Nice. Crossing those hind legs over. Yeah.
Whoa.
Very good.
Good boy.
Very good.
Yeah, that side I hardly had to touch him in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just pushing him like with my chest.
Yep. Now let's see how he does. Yeah, see him push you back with his head. That's unacceptable. There you go. That's better. Good, good, good. Good.
Boy.
And if you need to make a little noise with him and pop him with that open hand, just as a, there you go, a little bit more there. I like that you're not pushing on him, you're tapping him. That's perfect. Very good job. And he's got to learn it. He can't have his way. Very good. He's going backwards. I know we're trying to get there. Yeah.
Good boy.
Very good, Ashley. Nice. Keep going. Don't beg him. Don't beg him. Make him go. There. And if you hit him twice and he doesn't move, reach up and pop him. And don't let him Don't let him push back into you. That's there. See how he's resisting? Pop him hard. Don't be afraid to do that. You're not going to make him head shy because he knows what he's doing. He knows he's trying to resist. Good. You're winning. Okay, see how he's sold up on you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him to go find somebody else.
Come here. Good.
Yeah, see how he's set those front legs and he's just pushing on you. So with that open hand, don't be shy about right behind that jaw, right below the ear, so it doesn't hurt him, but it just kind of scares him and spooks him. Just back him. There you go. Keep going.
He keeps bringing himself back over to the fence.
Yeah, he keeps backing up on you.
Good boy. Good boy.
There you go. That moved him.
Good boy.
Look at that resistance and pushing on you.
Oh, you're not going to back up. I see what you're doing.
This is really good because this is just as good as working him in that round curl and getting him to turn. You're still turning him, but now you're asking in a different way there, and he's got to comply. He's taking bigger steps. There we go. That's helping. Let's get one more turn out of him. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, and then we'll call it good. There, yeah. Good job. And try not to, I know it's hard to do, but try not to push. Just make him, oh yeah, and then he pushes again. Push him, keep going, and push him into that rail and make him back away from the rail. Because he's using that as a tool, so let's use that tool against him. Keep going. Yeah, you're doing it. Good. You're moving his neck away. He's taking bigger steps and he's resisting a little less. He's trying, but it's a little less overall.
Boy.
Good, very good. I would quit him right there, Ashley. That's pretty darn good. Getting better. We'll just have to work on that some more. All right. So let's grab that tarp and don't give it we don't want it big and bold. We want it kind of small so he's not afraid of it. Just kind of ball it up in your hand, let him smell it, and then just start rubbing it on his neck and down his back a little bit, and we'll do that on both sides. So and if he's fine with that on both sides, then we'll make it a little bit bigger, and we'll do exactly the same thing. And we'll just see how far we can push him with something like this that is normally something that's kind of scary to horses. It makes noise and it's not normal. Of course, if he's out there in that corral by himself, he'll probably step on it and stomp on it and pick it up with his teeth and throw it around.
You want me to do that in here with him?
Yeah, yep, let's do that. And I would, when you do that, I would keep him in hand. You'll just have to keep him back up again.
Fine. Should I grab a blanket just in case while I'm over here?
Yeah, why don't you? Why don't you grab them? If they're handy, grab them both. Because if that tarp doesn't work, well, then we'll just back off a little bit and go something softer. A lot of times what I like to do is grab something that's been on a horse's back so it smells like a horse. Right. And the blanket retains that hair, retains that odor better than a man-made poly type tarp does. Oh, you left, so he's getting he's throwing a little fit there.
Is he getting Nancy?
Making some noise. He thinks that he should be coming with you.
Ants in his pants.
He is not liking this at all.
Poor baby. What are we gonna do? Yes, I came back for you.
Bearing more gifts.
He's like, oh, what now?
Exactly.
Oh, what's that? Boy. Sniff it, chew it. Okay, so where should we start?
Let's go ahead and start with your tarp, and again, wad it up so that it's about 3 times the size of your hand or your fist. Doesn't have to be very big. It's about the smell of it and then the sound of it right off. Just wad that thing right up. And if you have to just grab the 4 corners of it and draw them together, that's fine. You just want to make it small. There we go. And he's willing to smell that. Yeah, good.
Good boy.
Very good. And just rub that down his neck, along his back line, down his shoulders, down his hind end. Yeah, he's completely unworried about that. Under his belly, good job.
Good boy.
Is it making any noise at all? I can't hear it from here.
Yeah, it's crinkling a little bit.
Okay, good. Good. Let him smell it again.
Loud enough for him to hear. Good boy. Yeah.
Yes.
Put you on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. Good introduction. Liking what I'm seeing so far. That's telling me we won't even need that blanket. That blanket might be a little hard for you to wield. We normally, if a really soft like a Navajo blanket, and I don't know if you've got one around there.
They're in the other shed in a box somewhere. I know we have them.
Okay. Yeah, I've always got 1 or 2 of those handy that are, just used for training. They're not really good for much other than that. Very good. Same thing.
Good
yes.
Boy.
I like how you're picking that up, making him look, getting it above him. Very good. All predators to horses, the really serious ones, come down on them from the top. That being bigger than everybody else has its advantages, but when you're not, then they get a little upset.
Oh yeah, they're jumping on your back.
Very good.
Boy.
Yeah, his ears look. I can actually see his ears today with no shadow, and it's he's really pretty much unconcerned with that.
Yeah, he's pretty relaxed.
Okay, so once you get through with that much, now go ahead and take that down his face, up his face, between his ears, and over the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And do that a couple of times. There you go. Just there. Just start down and then work your way up. Yes.
Like, that's a strange way for you to pet me, but okay. boy.
And now when you take that up, take it all the way up over between his ears and then down his back. There you go. Look at that. Oh, he's dropping his head for you. Very good. Very good. All right.
Very good giraffe.
And then bring that up his neck and then down his face between his ears.
That's okay.
That's that kind of moving away. That's what we want to stop. We don't want him to do that. So just more repetitive, more of it. And just hold that lead so he can't turn that head as much. He's got some resistance from you where he has to hold it. There you go. Good. Very good. Now he's coming down. Nice. He's not pulling that head up and away. Very good. All right. Nice job, Ashley. All about desensitizing and being able to control him and him accepting that. Very good. Very good. Try that one more time, and then let's move to the other side and do that whole exercise around his head with that as you've done. Nice. Very good. Look, he's just standing there now. Good job.
Good boy. He's not going to eat you. Okay.
Very good. I like how you let him smell that on this side because it's, you know, a horse's brain has got a left side and a right side. And so what you do on one side doesn't mean you can pick up from that spot where you left and just continue on. You have to start over on that other side of that horse. It's almost like you have two horses to train.
Yeah.
So very good job about slowing that back down, letting him smell it, and then starting again the same way you did on the other side. Very good. You still curious about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Much better. And you're doing it from the side that he doesn't really want you to be on as much. He's pushy on that side. Very good.
Good. Boy. Well, you can't eat it, but you can check it out.
New oat flavored tarps just for horses.
Oh, that's rude. Oh boy, yeah, he's like starting to fall asleep.
Okay, so make the size of your tarp double in size, and then start. I know it's going to be kind of a big square, but that's all right. Then we start over and we run it down his neck again after he smells it, and down across his body, up and down his legs and his belly, and bring it back and do the other side. Oh yeah, he's not too concerned about that if he's grabbing a hold of it with his teeth.
Well, don't eat the plastic. Whatever, he'll poop it out. How big of a piece did you get?
Pretty unconcerned about that. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Sprinkle it out as sweet, no reaction.
Good. So as long as we're not getting any reaction from either side, then just keep increasing the pressure that you have with that sack, meaning you can now shake it when you get on the other side and he acts like he's acting on this side, and you get through that. Now then starts up the ante a little bit and start shaking the tarp while you're doing that with him. Make more noise with it. You can even move a little faster. His eyes look pretty relaxed. Same thing. Yep, I'm seeing no indication. So go ahead and up the ante as you come back. And here you go. And shake it against his body. There you go. Good. Approaching him with it. Very good. And there's really no wrong thing to do with this, just so people know. I mean, it's all about anything you can think of to make this horse accept what you're doing to him. You just want to do as many things as you can think of, anything that you can possibly do to make them spook, so that then you can get them over it by repetition. Yeah, he's got that hind leg cocked, and it's not because it's painful. He's bored.
Like, are you done? Okay, yes.
Very good. Can you make that a bigger yet again now, and then just start throwing it over his, rub it down his side and then throw it up over his back like it would be a saddle blanket? There you go. And just keep doing that all over his body. This is progressing quite nicely. Very good. And do the same thing on his belly. Just slap it up under his belly. Very good. Oh, yeah. Because now we're getting additional pressure with noise. Good job. We're giving him every excuse we can and trying to find anything we can to make him spook, or an indication that he's going to spook, so that we can make sure that he doesn't by more introduction and more repetition. All about desensitizing him, and he's pretty well desensitized. One thing about having a horse like this that's been handled a lot is it's good and bad. When you handle them, the potential is there that you can spoil them, and they think that they can push you around. The other part of that is not much bothers them because they've been handled so much. So there's a good and bad part of that.
Boy.
Nice.
I'm so proud of you. You're a brave little toaster. Wear it like a hat? No, you can't eat your face.
Can you open that up once again to make it a little bit bigger? There we go. Now, just do that again. Just throw that over the top. Nice. I like that. Yeah.
Boy.
Good job. I like that.
Boy. Good. I got it stuck on his head, but he didn't care.
Didn't bother him a bit. Nope, that's good. He's quite curious about it, actually. If you watch him, he's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not fearful at all. And then when you get it this big, I like to drag it up their back and then down over their face where they can't see. And that's really about the only time you have the biggest amount of issue with them, was when they can't see something. That kind of bothers them. But he's in a spot now where he's pretty comfortable with this, so we might be able to get away with that pretty early. There you go. Good. Oh, yeah. Okay, try not to let him move.
Oh.
Make him stand so that he's not trying to move away from what you're doing.
Boy.
Very good.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah, see how he's pushing on you with his shoulder? Even though he's looking back, he's still pushing, so make him back up. There you go. Very good.
Good
Nice.
boy.
Good job. Good job.
All right. Big test.
You big test. And you didn't have to linger. You can just pull it right down straight over his face. So he's not blinded very long. Not bad.
Boy.
That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I've seen much, much worse. Especially the first time. And when he does that, I'm content to let them do that because all they're doing is sniffing it, smelling it, taking a look at it again to make sure, hey, is this thing going to hurt me? So it isn't like he's ignoring you. It's that he's just checking that out. So that was fine to do just what you did and let him have it, and now then continue to work. Oh, look at that. Not bad at all. His head come up, and we'll get over that. We'll do it at some point where we'll be able to get him to where he's not really lifting his head very much, but he's comfortable with it. So good job. And if you stand on the other side and do that, then you've got his other eye, and that also helps to balance him as far as what he's watching, what he's doing. And I'd back him up, make him back. He's still pushing into you.
Whoa. Wait.
Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Okay, don't let him move forward. That, yeah. Push him. Try not to let him go in a circle. Try to push him back around, or don't let him get started. But I know once he got there, there's not much you can do. For those watching, reason we want to have him stand nice and still is that whatever you do, if you're needing to adjust a saddle, put a saddle on, put something up on that saddle, you want that horse to stand there and not move until you tell him to move. It's all about being disciplined about, oh, okay, you're messing with me. I'm only going to do what you tell me to do. Yeah, that's not horrible at all. Good job.
Yeah, he's raising his head a lot more on this side.
Yeah, I would expect that. He's got more puss head in him on that side, right?
Yeah.
Good stop. That was a good job. You started to step forward and you stopped him. Good job. Very good job. Still relaxed. That hind leg is cocked. Curious? That's okay.
Yeah, I just don't want him to start going in a circle.
Yeah, and when he pulls that head back around, now's the time to just continue pulling that forward. Continue with your task. Very good. Okay, push him back with that halter. Good job.
Boy.
Good, very good. You're making him, you are controlling him now. And they'll move like that, and that's okay. We just want them to move the minimum until we get them so they don't move at all. Still about the desensitization. I don't expect them to not move at all this first couple of times, but try to minimize it as much as possible. And you're doing just that. You could let's try doing a couple of things, and then I think we'll probably quit for the day. You're doing really well with him. We want to stop on this in a really good spot. With your in control, he's learning. Can we throw that down between his legs, underneath of his belly, and then drag that underneath of him and retrieve it?
Ooh.
So he's got to stop. Got to make sure he stops, and then lay it down. Just there you go. Very good. Yes.
Ooh.
All right. He just wanted to move away from it, and that's not a bad thing. Just go ahead and pull him back up there then to it.
Okay. You're just fine. Oh.
Very good. You're reading my mind. I was just about to tell you. That's all right. Good. He's moving around it. You know what? And we can also start to move him over one corner of it too. That's fine too. If we need to change what we're doing, hey, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, maybe get him used to walking around it or over it first.
Yes. Yep. I usually try to save that for last, but because sometimes it's hard to get him to do that. But it's just a matter of whatever opportunity you have, take it. It doesn't. There's no rule for what should come first. It's about introduction and seeing what you can do. Okay, now push that closer to the rail because he's going to just keep walking around it. See if we can get him to step on or over a corner of it there. There you go. Now he may drag that with a hoof, and out of looking for you for comfort, try to run over the top of you. So be careful where you're at. And if he needs to smell it, that's okay.
I can walk on it. It's not eating me. Good boy.
Now let him smell.
Good boy.
There we go. Good. Yeah, as long as he smells it and he says, oh, it's the same stuff I've been playing with. This didn't magically change. All right. Now see if he'll come.
Good. Good boy.
Very good. Very good.
Boy, let's do that again. You can do it. You're a very brave boy. Come on. You smell it again? Yeah, you can smell it. Good boy. It feels funny on your lips, huh? Stop.
Okay. Turn your back.
To him or away from him?
Turn your back to him so that you're just facing your energy forward and just think forward and have him follow you right across. There you go.
Good boy.
You feel how that didn't hold him up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're standing in front of him trying to lead him, but you're pulling him into your energy, which he's gonna like, don't want to go into that.
Okay. Good boy. Just pretend it's not even there.
Okay, and then take a sharp left, go right back over to it, and turn the other way, and go the direction to the left. Now just there you go, and see if he'll step a little more towards the center of it. Different direction. He's going to hang up. It's okay. There you go. Almost there.
Really? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Good. Now go right back around it real quick and just keep walking him around it. And see if you can get him away from the rail a little bit and just a little bit more into the center of it. So he's putting more steps across it. Okay.
Good boy.
The other thing you could do is just slide more of it under the rail, spread it out a little bit more. I'd like to see him having all 4 feet on it at once. Would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
There we go. Very
It
good.
looks a little different now.
Yeah. Very good. Yep.
Good boy. Good boy.
Nice. See how he, when you turn, he kind of hurried off of it ever so much with the hind end. He's not afraid of that front end because he put both feet on it and then stopped. And then you pulled him across and he did fine. Very good. Oh yeah, let him stop and. Oh yeah. No, you did.
Tried to get him to stop and stand on it, but he just rushed off of it.
I saw that. You hesitated. You did exactly. You were thinking what I was thinking, and he started and went, "Nah, I don't think so." So go across again. Nice. And now just go ahead as when you go across the next time, not just turning right back across it, and don't even hesitate. Just go right around. Good.
Good boy.
Good. Very good. All right. If you can go to the edge of it that's closer to the center and then stop him halfway and then see if you can reach on the other side of him and just drag that thing all the way underneath of him if he's not stepping on it. Kind of across the corner there.
Good boy.
All right. So just keep working your way out to the edge where he's not stepping on it, but he's kind of stepping over the corner of it. And then see if you can reach under there and pull it underneath of his legs or underneath of his body.
No, he does not want to stop over it.
So that's the next thing. He's trying to avoid it, and that's all right. You know, we would expect that. But he'll have to learn that, I can step on this and it's fine.
Good boy.
Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Good.
Good boy. I mean, technically all 4 feet are on it.
Nice. Yeah, and if we can get him to where he's not stepping on it, but you can drag that underneath of him and pull the whole thing towards you, and he does a good job with that, I'd say let's call this a day.
Okay. I know. You keep saying that and trying to figure out the logistics of it.
Okay. There you go. Now just over the corner of it, pull him to you. Just so you can get just the edge of a hold of that tarp, if you can. And you'll be able to turn him on his fours so his hinds around it without stepping on it.
Yeah, he's not wanting to leave my side.
There you go. Better. I can see him starting to move for you. Very good. Good. You're moving him. And he's not fighting you much, which is good, and especially on that offside.
Yeah, but now he won't stop following me.
Well, he's got a little bit of comfort here with you. You're saving him.
Oh.
Nothing bad's happening, so he's going to stick with you. That's a good thing. Now, knowing that if something really got him in trouble where he really felt threatened, he might try to stand on top of you for comfort. So there's always that possibility that you have to really watch for.
Okay. Good boy.
And if you have to just kind of fold that tarp up so that it is narrow where he can't step on it, where he's going over it, and stop, and then just grab the end of it too. Might have to do that. And just there you look at that, he's stepping away from it. That's all right. Go ahead and grab that end of it, Ashley, where he's at. We'll change this again and grab that end and then just kind of walk up to him with it. Let him smell and then just lay it underneath of him. There you go. See how he does with that. If he accepts that, okay. All right, so we still need a little work on that because he's avoiding it, which doesn't surprise me. This is a lot of work, wise with a tarp for him for the first time. This is huge. Yeah, it's making noise when he moves, but that's all right. He's watching it. And you're out of the picture now, so there we go. I see you coming back.
Boy. Yeah, I just can't get him lined up close enough to where I would feel comfortable reaching under his belly to grab it.
Okay. So just pull him over it, see if he'll step over it, and then just stop. And we won't worry about that. We'll just see if he'll step up over the top of it now. He should. There you go. Yeah, he's going to avoid every time he can. There, good. One more.
Boy.
Very good. Very good. You know what? I'd say that's a win. Let's call that. It isn't the plan we wanted, but it's progressing. And look at the wind is picking the end of that up and moving it. And that's a lot of times they will, shall we call, freak out about that. So you're making really good
headway. By itself? What?
Exactly. I hope it's not hungry.
Good boy. Okay,
good.
That's enough.
I think that's good. All right. Very good. So if you work him later this week, more of that, everything that you can think to do with him, and it'll take a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna get past that because we really have to have this as a solid thing, because if he's going to start pulling a stone boat, then we can't have him afraid of anything behind him or making noise or pulling on him or putting pressure on him. So this will be a lot of good work here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for this kind of training. This makes me excited.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're starting to get we're getting a little bored. We're getting a little same old stuff and running into some problems with him because he's probably a little bored as well as just wanting to assert himself. So we'll work through that, but we'll push on too.
Great. Well, thank you for your time, Brandon.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we'll see you probably next week, right?
Yeah, sounds good. And I think we've already plugged the link for the video in our chat for today. So it's already in there. It's good to go.
Oh, sounds good. Outstanding. Yeah. All right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.